Still quite yellow and orange out here. How is it in California? Everything's still green? Still loads of people out there? Tell y'all what, man, don't forget to change the oil in your car or truck. Get a filter, get some oil. Don't do the 0W20 stuff. Do the at least 5W20. I used to do 10W30 in mine. Never had a change the transmission fluid and the filter. Get a transmission filter. Should be a plug up under the yeah, because this chick was live streaming. She said she never changed the oil in her car. So mechanic guy was telling her she needed a new, like her motor was bad or something. She never did change the oil, so it just turned into black gunk. Gotta get your exercise in, man. Even the cat out here exercising. Look at him. You a big boy. You are a big boy. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm getting my walks in. I'm walking the cat. Kitty, kitty. Coffee. I got my coffee right here. Put some milk in it this time. Made some sauerkraut water. I think sauerkraut water is like really good to help freaking ant bed, man. I went to sleep last night thinking about buying some ant killer. Borax from the store, you know. Yeah, I'm walking and I think the cat likes to walk with me. That's awesome. There's a dog right there. He looks like he didn't wipe his ass after he took a dump. I think he just took a dump. Gross. Oh man. Imagine taking a dump and not being able to wipe your ass. Oh. That's nasty. 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 Do numbers ever speak to y'all? I got some numbers that's speaking to me, and it's like C13 was lucky, and 0. 0 means start over. And so I was kind of stupid not to start over. 2013 was actually my lucky year, but I saw it as an unlucky year. Like how I said, I got burnt out, got tired of doing. But the numbers speaking to me, so I just didn't try hard enough. And before too long, get some bad news. The kitty went in the woods, dog went right behind him. What I'm talking about, I was sad without a woman because I didn't have a woman. I didn't have, like, I've had plenty of chances to get another woman, and I just didn't try hard enough because I was tired, like, after 3 times. Third time's a charm, and then you're tired after that. They don't ever tell you that the third time's a charm, but then you're going to be tired, and you ain't going to want to do a fourth time. It really wasn't a charm. Third time really wasn't a charm. It was more like an obstacle block. Oh man. Oh, I'm alright. I'm alright, man. You gotta think about it like this. These people be having bad days, man. Bad days, bad lives. Like I seen this one YouTuber. He was talking about them cheap games at Target. Target got some games on sale right now, y'all. But I noticed his hands, he didn't have any fingers. I mean, he had nubs. So something happened to his hands. His fingers were gone. The tips of his fingers were gone. And then I think it's crazy how a lot of people, they don't even want to make babies. Like, they don't want no kids, they don't want a family, and they're alone, they're single. And I'm like, have they just settled to be like that? Or are they just telling themselves that? Or what? See the leaves? Leaves ain't falling off yet. All the leaves ain't fallen off yet. See? There's a bird's nest up there. Might be a woodpecker. Might be an owl. Might be some red birds. I did see woodpeckers in one of those up there. One of the ones that fell off. There's woodpeckers pecking a hole up there. I might got some woodpecker babies up there. I ain't heard them in a while. They might have left. I think they was just pecking at it because the top rotted off and fell off. Been a long time since I seen the woodpecker cartoon. I must have been like 4 years old. I barely remember it. Woodpecker cartoon used to come on TV. We used to have like 4 channels on TV, and then the cartoons used to come up on a Saturday or something. It used to be a woodpecker. Woody the Woodpecker and Mighty Mouse. My youngest memories was Woody the Woodpecker. I think Mighty Mouse used to come on. I must have been 3.5 years old, 3, 4 years old. Super Mario, Mario cartoon used to come on before I went to kindergarten. That was back in 1989. I've got I've got like I don't know, like how do you explain it? Like bits and pieces, like memories. Memories, got my memories. Got me praying on my knees, thinking about my memories. Don't remember where I came from, but I got myself the bee's knees. Oh, damn. That's one of them right there, all rotted. Oh, man. Yeah, I saved me a video yesterday. Somebody made a video about the Native Americans on what they've heard. Y'all notice how, like, some of them Native Americans, they got big noses like this? And if you look at the Asian live streamers, there ain't no Asians with big noses like that. And they did some DNA testing on some of the Native Americans, and they're from like North Africa, like the Berbers, like Europe, North Africa, Middle East. Like I don't know what it is, why they think some Jewish people have noses like this, but yeah, it turns out like, you know, like a lot of the Native Americans on the west side, on the east side of the United States, they were more into like North Africans, Middle Easterns, probably some European blood in there. It's strange, ain't it? And then the east, like the east Native Americans on the east side of the United States, it was more Asian. Like 30,000 years ago. Well, on the video, they was talking about what they teach us in school with the land bridge on the Ice Age from like Russia to Alaska. But I was reading on Google about why some of them look like Asian, like the dark-skinned Asians. Like I was reading about the trade with the Spanish and the Philippines, but it used to be a land bridge on the bottom towards the equator, like ice or something. 30,000 years ago. 30,000 years ago. 30,000 years ago. Dude, don't be licking the paint chips, dude. Don't be licking the paint chips. Get off here. Mm-mm. What are you doing? You been scratching this? Oh, it's already starting to come apart. Look. It was just a piece of freaking... It was just a piece of... It ain't even real wood, man. It ain't even real wood. I mean, not an original piece of wood. It's like shaved. Them shaved strips of wood. It's a cool little table. Where's your stick at from yesterday? Hmm? Stay right there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Leaves ain't falling. Leaves ain't done falling off yet, y'all. I gave him the leftovers from yesterday. He ate all of it. He looked like a log, a black log. This dude loved chewing on bones, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though, that coffee made my kidney feel hot. Is that normal? So I drank me some ginger water before I had my coffee. But I keep forgetting when I go to sleep, sip on some apple cider vinegar water or some ginger water. Because I got some ginger powder. You get this ginger powder, it's like in a bottle. And you just sprinkle it in some water. And it's medicine for your kidneys. Or at least that's what I read. Ginger. It's like a root. And but yeah, you can heal your nerves. Sip on some take a shot of some virgin olive oil before you go to bed. Heal your nerves while you're asleep. Because your body's trying to heal when you sleep. It don't really heal when you're awake. Well, I'm out of drug. That's all the talk. No more drug. Coffee's a drug. Is this the only worldwide accepted drug? I'm telling y'all, man, I've been doing good on tobacco. I haven't been smoking a lot at all. I didn't even smoke 2 cigarettes yesterday. And as soon as I took a puff of that little pipe with some tobacco in it, I felt nervous. And I realized the tobacco is keeping me nervous and anxious. It keeps it keeps me on edge. There's only one time where I was smoking a bunch of cigarettes back then where I actually did feel a little bit of euphoria. But it's not worth it because my toes started hurting, fingers hurting, voice started changing. It sucked the vitamin C out your body. You eat that bone? What the heck? How you like eating bones, but you don't like eating eggshells? I don't get it. You think your mama's still alive? Maybe. She'd be old as fuck, huh? Damn. That's why you gotta enjoy every day, man. Enjoy every day. Be happy, be alive, okay? Be happy, be alive. Enjoy every day. Alright? Enjoy every day. Thank you. What the heck? I grabbed something else. Don't know what it was. Oh, my shoulder popped. Is that another blackberry? I cut the blackberry bush yesterday. It was all over this. It was all over the concrete. What was I saying on the video? The Native Americans grew corn, beans, and squash. Corn, beans, and squash together. And they would grow together and protect each other. I do think that stuff's interesting. No, you already had enough. This is for the chicken. Where is the chicken? He's out there somewhere. Get back. Sit down. Sit over there. My ankles hurt. Nope, that's for the chicken. You already ate like a lot, dude. Massive stomach. And you're gonna eat some. You're something else. I swear he eat more than the Great Dane. That's why I started calling him corn dog. Where's that chicken at? Y'all ever catch some birds by putting chicken food in the chicken coop? Little bird's gonna get in there. Where'd that chicken go? How many cups of coffee do y'all drink? 1 or 2? Should I shave now? Is the end of no shave? Not quite, almost. No shave November. Are y'all ladies partaking in no shave November? It'd be super hot. I love me a hairy woman. Oh man, and on that Native American video, they was talking about Elvis was part Native American, y'all. Elvis's mama. Yeah. Yeah. Elvis part Native American, yeah. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I tried to share the video, but they had it private. But I ended up, I'm not too sure if no, I couldn't save it to my watch later playlist either, I don't think. But I commented, I think. Yeah, I commented. The Ice Age was real. I do believe in the Ice Age. We have been against deploying National Guard. Wow. No, but you really don't understand it until you realize about the asteroids that hit the Earth. Then it makes sense. Then it makes sense. Why them people was so far behind. Or maybe they wasn't so far behind. But they was. because it got washed out. Like how there's only pyramids in towards the equator. Why is there only pyramids towards the equator? Probably because that's probably like the stuff after the ice age, after all that ice melted, right? Or what? Or like was they building the pyramids during the ice age, like on top of the ice? I think it's after the ice melted. I really don't know, but it is interesting. Because the pyramids over there in North Africa, they're close to the equator. And the pyramids in South America or Central America is at the equator.
It works to degrade the public trust with the military. It also erodes the civil-military relationship.
All right, man, that's enough bad news,
finally,
man.
It's pulling the guard from duties.
Yo, I bet Tom Hartman's on here.
And our training.
Yo, I remember yesterday I was like, oh, I forgot all about Tom Hartman.
Or if needed in a war, to go, let's say, did in Afghanistan and Iraq, but they're not trained for civil policing. There are so many more effective tools that the president is effectively the governor of Washington, D.C. He has a...
There he is.
Glyphosate is still out there, still the company, and in May, Kennedy was hauled before the Senate in front of a bunch of Republicans who were all taking money from the chemical industry. And what did he say? Well, I'll read you his quote. There's 1 million farmers who rely on glyphosate. 100% of corn in this country relies on glyphosate. We are not going to do anything to jeopardize that business model. Well, let me tell you, first of all, that's BS. 100% of corn does not rely on glyphosate. There is a growing, thriving, and healthy sector within agriculture that produces organic food.
Yeah, I was just talking about that. Corn, squash, and beans. Corn, beans, and squash.
Our food today that comes from industrial farms contains roughly half the nutrients that it did in the 1950s.
Oh, man.
And we're saturating things with glyphosate and other chemicals. Now, glyphosate isn't just an herbicide. It doesn't just kill weeds. It's also a bactericide. It kills, it's an antibiotic, essentially. It kills bacteria. And there is a theory, you can Google
we need bacteria in our stomach.
We had the woman, the scientist who first advanced this theory, and now it's gotten
That's
more
what
and more
the sauerkraut's so good for.
It's not proven science yet, but it's controversial. But it makes a hell of a lot of sense to me. Who is arguing that the reason why so many Americans have a hard time digesting wheat, and that's pretty much not the case in Europe.
Yeah.
Like, if you've traveled to Europe recently, or Asia or Australia or any other part of the world.
Yeah, it causes inflammation.
You don't find gluten-free options on every menu like you are increasingly finding in the United States. Why is that? What is it about bread in America or wheat products in America that is causing people not to to have basically upset stomachs? I mean,
because it makes the insects' stomachs explode.
You get loose, as it were. I don't want to get too
leaky gut syndrome.
You know what I'm talking about.
The only thing to heal it is sauerkraut.
Why is that?
Sauerkraut.
And then other people, describe other problems as well. The kind of brain fog and stuff like that.
You need sauerkraut.
Well, this scientist and
it's the pesticides.
I've written about her. Forgive me for not recalling her name right off the top of my head here, but her thesis is that starting about 20 years ago, right around the turn of the century, right around 2000. Prior to that, when you harvested wheat with these giant threshing machines that they're like paddle wheels, and they just kind of clip the heads of wheat off the wheat plants.
Yeah.
Only about 80 or 85% of the wheat actually got harvested. Another 20% of it just didn't get popped off. The heads didn't get popped off the stalks because the stalks were green and they were fighting back, basically. It's hard to pull a head of wheat off, a green wheat stalk. It's still alive. It's resisting. So what farmers started doing, wheat farmers in the United States started doing, and is illegal in Europe, by the way, because glyphosate is banned there. But what they started doing in the United States is they started spraying glyphosate on wheat crops, which is an herbicide. It kills plants, right? It kills all the wheat plants. They all turn brown. And when, plants turn brown, when they die, you easily crack them, right? They easily break the heads off with very little effort. And so now when the threshing machines go through, they're getting 100% of the wheat. They saw a 15% increase in the amount of wheat that they were harvesting by using the glyphosate.
That's why I don't like bread.
Using it for weed control.
That's why I don't like cereal anymore.
The weed plants that they're making the bread out of.
I barely cook pasta.
The wheat is covered in glyphosate, and some of that, makes its way down the food chain and into your bread, or at least
it's in my corn tortillas. Oh,
and
no.
I hope
not.
Not just an herbicide, but also a bactericide, something that kills, an antibiotic, something that kills bacteria, is wiping out people's gut bacteria. Wreaking havoc with their gut bacteria. So if you get a little bit of bad bacteria, just
he's live right now on YouTube, y'all. Type in sauerkraut.
Happens. Right? That's
kills the leaky gut syndrome.
Bacteria to fight back, and pretty soon your whole system's out of whack. And
that's why y'all need sauerkraut. Americans need sauerkraut more than ever.
To various food products.
I hope it's some natural cabbage.
So I don't know. I'm sharing with you what is now speculative science. But what I do know is that our Environmental Protection Agency and our Food and Drug Administration and our CDC and all these agencies that have something to say, some role in protecting our public health, are failing us badly. And they're failing us because, Bob and Don and all these guys in the Trump administration are bowing to the needs or the demands of the big chemical industry, which is a very, very profitable industry. And because of 5 corrupt Republicans on the U.S. Supreme Court, is able to spread massive amounts of money around Congress.
Wow.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
He said it.
So what say you about this and other issues of the day? I'll pick up your calls on the other side of the break. Stay with us. And welcome back. Mark in San Francisco. Watch us on Facebook Live. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Oh, he's live on Facebook, too.
I wanted to talk about strategy for the Democrats in the next election. I think they really need to go with a new deal. And I would use a lot of the Eisenhower platform and then use that as basically saying, well...
He's a good man. He might not be right about everything, but he's a good man. I've been listening to Thom Hartmann on and off since 2020.
He uses 91% tax code. He was for, protecting Social Security, provide asylum for refugees. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But it would be a good platform to use.
Yeah, I agree. It's unfortunately, probably.
Y'all want to heal y'all's stomach? Y'all heard that about the corn and the glyphosate? It's illegal in Europe, but it's still over here in America.
Why would you buy
y'all want to heal y'all's stomach? Get you some sauerkraut. I just put some in a blender right here. It's cabbage with sea salt, fermented. This will heal your leaky gut syndrome. If I remember correctly, but it's got bacteria in it that's probiotics. They're called probiotics. You won't get any of that in vinegar, like these pickled pork skins or whatever. But, yo, what up, Forrester? Because this is just vinegar. Like this apple cider vinegar stuff, there's no healthy probiotic bacteria in there. Well, wait, there is in apple cider vinegar, but there's none in white vinegar. See that little brown stuff down there? That's from the apple. But this will heal your stomach. See what he's talking about is like in this wheat. Like you got to see where this wheat come from. If it comes from Europe, it's probably good. But he's talking about America, so. Yeah, I mean, heal your stomach. So like I put it in a blender, and what I do is I put it in the blender and I put some water in there, and then so I could have me some sauerkraut water, and I drink it. But yeah, that's what he was talking about.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident that
Tom Hartman show. Check out the Tom Hartman show on Free Speech TV, FSTV. He's live on YouTube right now, probably.
Commission found.
Tom
So I
Hartman.
would argue that the last Republican president to be legitimately elected and legitimately govern as president of the United States was Dwight Eisenhower.
That's a great point, Tom. Great point.
Yeah, and I will make it until the day I die. I mean, we have been, the Republican Party was taken over by criminals in the, when Richard Nixon, who was himself a criminal, he was, a mobbed up guy, the mob from his first day in Congress. Lamar and I documented this really well in our book, Legacy of Secrecy. And, he went to his grave, a mobbed up guy, and it was the mob, of course, who killed Kennedy. So
What?
Here we are. Anyhow, Mark, thanks for the call, and thanks for watching us on Facebook Live, and it's always nice hearing from you. Good talking to you.
care.
Yeah, you too. 20 minutes past the hour. We'll be back with more of your calls.
Scary
in just
stuff.
A moment. Stay with us. It's the Tom Hartman program, defending America from the weapons of mass deception. Stick around.
You gotta listen to both sides, man. You gotta listen to both sides. This channel is not funded by the mainstream, whatever, oligarchs. It's like an independent thing, They receive donations. You can donate to them. They're always asking for donations, like a couple times a
Change
year.
starts with you. You can be calling your Democrat.
I think I got a bug in my coffee.
To let them know what you think by calling 202-224-3121. It's the Capitol switchboard. It'll get you right through to them. Donald Trump lost. Voter suppression won in 2024. That's the headline over at HartmanReport.com. And just a brilliant article written by Greg Howlist exclusively for the Hartman Report. He writes, Trump lost. That is, if all legal voters were allowed to vote, if all legal ballots were counted, Trump would have lost the states of Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. Vice President Kamala Harris would have won the presidency with 286 electoral votes. And if not for the mass purge of voters of color, if not for the mass disqualification of provisional and mail-in ballots, if not for the new mass vigilante challenges in swing states, Harris would have gained at least another 3.5 million votes.
What?
Topping Trump's popular vote tally by 1.2 million. Greg brings us the numbers. He lays it out. You can read it over at HartmanReport.com. Absolutely free. It's titled Trump Lost, Vote Suppression Won at HartmanReport.com. Check it out.
Oh, man. Voter suppression, y'all. Oh, man.
They call me a radical. They shout and they sneer. But I'm fighting for a future that's honest and clear. For the worker, the student, the sick and the poor. For justice and dignity, who could want more? I'm a far left radical, proud and unbound. Raising my voice, I'll sing it out loud. For freedom, for fairness, for love, we all know this is the far left radical manifesto.
23 minutes past the hour. Welcome back. Breaking news. Kash Patel apparently using the FBI jet to transport your girlfriend around and taking an FBI SWAT team and giving them to her as private security. And when she's in her 20s, and the whole thing just seems kind of sketchy. And so NBC News is reporting right now that Trump is considering dumping Kash Patel as his FBI director. It was a little strange. I mean, Kash Patel wrote a series of children's books about King Donald. He sucked up to Donald Trump in ways that were just like way over the top. But he also has dark skin. and he's Indian ancestry, and I just didn't think that he would last very long with the MAGA people. The Laura Loomers of the world, the ones who just are not comfortable with anybody who's not a white man in charge, and so here we are. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think Kash Patel has been basically a disaster for the FBI. So, you hear through the media from FBI agents essentially saying that. But what's on your mind? Mike in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
Good.
I'm glad you had a nice vacation, and I hope you have a nice Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
I'll
You
make
too.
This fast. Yeah, thank you. I'll make this fast because I have 3 points to make, and they're all pretty important to what you've been talking about all day. One of them is the idea of stolen valor. That Hegseth wants to look into Mark Kelly's medals is egregious, and it's hypocritical in the extreme because he has 2 Bronze Stars that he and the Trump administration, when he was fighting for his approval as Secretary of Defense, touted as Bronze Stars for valor, and neither one of them is. As far as I can tell, I've Googled this a lot.
What does that mean for valor?
Okay, the Bronze Star is given by the Army for various things. One of them is
It means taking credit for something else, somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And that he got by working with his platoon. I guess he made them very good,
Right.
good platoon.
So if you're a good administrator, you get the Bronze Star for being a good administrator. But presumably for valor means you got it in combat?
Well, it means you got it for risking your life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got it in combat for risking your life. And
Yeah.
he was not in combat in either of the situations that I understand he got it for. Now, I might be wrong about the first one,
Yeah.
but one of them's definitely, and that is a misrepresentation. And that comes under the heading of stolen valor.
Yeah.
And
Which I'm familiar with.
that gets a lot of people a year in jail.
Wow.
All
I
right?
What?
didn't know that.
And so, well, they did it for a while, and then a bunch of people caught on to it, so they quit doing it. But I should think it would make him a little skittish about drawing attention to other people's medals.
Yeah.
This stuff is taken very seriously. We had a CNO back in the 80s, 90s, who got caught on the cover of Time magazine with a Vietnam service ribbon, which he was not allowed to wear because he had never been in Vietnam.
Wow.
And he killed himself
Oh.
because of that.
Wow. Mike, I'm out of time, but thank you for that information. That's remarkable. I'll see
What?
what more I can learn about it. It's 27 minutes past the hour. I'll be back with more of your calls on the other side of the break here at the bottom of the hour. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Tom Hartman Program. Call 202-808-9925.
This is the place where despair is not an option. Stay with us.
Hey, y'all subscribe. Y'all subscribe to the Tom Hartman Program. If y'all don't watch on cable television, he's on YouTube, y'all. Y'all subscribe. Y'all subscribe to his channel, man. Y'all donate $5 to him if you want to.
To save our country.
This
is from the introduction.
So he can stay on the air.
Not miss. Will progressives and moderates feud while America burns? Or will these natural allies take advantage of a historic opportunity to strengthen American democracy and defeat an increasingly radical form of conservatism?
Okay.
The choice is in our politics. It's just that stark. This book is offered in a spirit of hope, but with a sense of alarm.
All right. The best part is when he opens his show and he got his whole dialogue, his whole thing ready to go. And that's the best part of the show, unless y'all just like hearing people call in. Anybody can call in. You can call in if you want to. You could be like, hey, I'm a first-time caller. And, I mean, you can talk to Tom. I think that he's doing a good thing. It's like the other one that I like is Washington Journal. Washington Journal. Um, Let me see if that's still on. That comes on in the morning, but there's probably there is YouTube, C-SPAN, Washington Journal.
Moderates must realize that they are allies who have more in common than they sometimes wish to admit. They share a commitment to what public life can achieve and the hope that government can be decent again. They reject the appeals to racism that have been Trump's calling card and the divisiveness
I think it's already over.
of his electoral strategy. Together, they long for a politics focused on freedom, fairness, and the future. This new politics would be rooted in the economic justice that has always been the left's driving goal, and in the problem-solving approach to government that moderates have long championed. It's true that these camps often battle over whether the nation should seek restoration or transformation in the years after Trump. In fact, our country needs both. To restore the democratic norms we have always valued, we must begin to heal the social and economic wounds that led to Trump's presidency in the first
6:30 in the morning.
Yet there is resistance to common ground among progressives and
It's
moderates
6 o'clock in the morning,
They often
Washington Journal.
mistrust each other's motives, battle fiercely over tactics, argue over how much change our country needs.
I'm gonna go ahead and record the
over
one
whether
from
specific
yesterday.
Policy ideas go too
Tomorrow.
far or not far enough. The moderate says, "Hey, progressive, you think that if you just lay out the boldest and most ambitious approach to any given problem, the people will rally to your side. Really? For one thing, people may like your objective, but think you're changing things way more than we have to. And we can battle to the death
Then
over,
Tom
say,
Hartman
the
for
Democratic
tomorrow.
Party platform plank or the first draft of a bill. But without the hard negotiating and compromising the legislative
Yeah, but he's on
politics
YouTube. You can
required,
watch on YouTube.
A bold idea will remain just a platform plank. That really doesn't do anyone any good. You subject everyone to so many litmus tests that we might as well be in chemistry class. And God save us from your abuse on Twitter if we disagree with you. You lefties have no idea how to win elections outside of Berkeley or Brooklyn, and some of your ideas are so sweeping that they'll scare potential voters away. At this point, the moderate is likely to wield the sturdy old punchline, "Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good." But hold on, says the progressive.
He's getting old, y'all.
Moderates spend
Y'all gotta
so much
watch
time
him before he get
negotiating
too
with
old.
yourselves that you compromise away goals and priorities.
They've been
before
doing
the
this
real
for like
battle
20
even
years.
begins.
I didn't even know.
Your ideas get so soggy and complicated that they mobilize no one and mostly put people to sleep. Better to have the courage of your convictions, lay out your hopes plainly and passionately, and inspire.
I do
voters
like
before
C-SPAN.
Besides,
Like every
you
now and then I'll
voters
tune
were so
into
petrified of
C-SPAN
Ronald
1,
Reagan and the
C-SPAN
right
2.
wing that you caved into the Gipper's economic ideas.
Bloomberg,
Let inequality run wild,
markets,
and
looking
gave
at the
us a
stock
racist
market,
and
stuff like
grossly
that.
unfair criminal justice system. The extremists have pulled the political center so far right that the only way back to sanity is to show our fellow citizens what a real progressive program looks like. At the risk of sounding like a perhaps unwelcome counselor attempting to ease
He
a
shaves,
family
but he likes
quarrel,
wearing a 5
I would
o'clock
plead with
shadow.
moderates and progressives to listen to each other carefully. If the events since 2016 do not teach moderates and progressives that they must find ways of working together, nothing will. If they fail to heed each other's advice,
He's reading that
take each
book.
other's concerns
He got his
seriously,
book club. He's
they will
a
surrender the
bookworm.
political system to an increasingly
He's a
undemocratic
bookworm.
right, with no interest in any of their shared goals, priorities, and commitments. Moderates are right about the complexity of getting things done
He's a
in a
bookworm.
democracy. Even when the boldest ideas have prevailed, they did so because complex coalitions were built. Important, and it shouldn't be said often, legitimate interests were accommodated, and some lesser goals were
He's a
left by the
bookworm.
wayside to be fought for another day. Moderates are also right that democracy requires persuading those who are open to change but worry about how this or that reform might work in practice or affect them personally. Think losing their private health insurance. Disdain.
It's a bunch of bad news though. But he tries to be positive towards the end, and he's like, get together as, I don't know. He's positive. He tries to end it on positive notes. He tries not to be too negative, but says a bunch of negative things. Like that channel says a bunch. That channel. Man, what game should I play? I don't even know. I haven't been playing none of that. I ain't 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 been playing none of that. I done played the hell out of that. Played the hell out of that. I've been playing the hell out of that. I haven't really gotten into that. This one, I think I like it more offline than online. Need a I want a Nordic woman. I want a Nordic woman, and I want to get her ass real warm. God, I love that. I think I like off-road trucks more than sports cars. Hey, they'd probably be cheaper on insurance too. Dope. I doubt there's anybody online. Let's see. I'm over here lagging probably. Let's see. Oh. Nope. Nobody online. That looks like a barracuda, I swear. You can buy these things as a kit. Put them together. That looked just like a barracuda. Look how small it is compared to the truck. They have it. Is it really that small?
They literally call it the Einstein. Yeah. And my take on it, and I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But my guess, this is just a guess. My guess is that the reason that Donald doesn't want this stuff revealed is because when he was running, I believe that it's possible that when he was running the Miss Teen USA pageant, he and then he had his other big beauty pageant that he took to Russia and whatnot. That he might have been engaging with Jeffrey Epstein in trafficking young women.
Yeah, I heard he had some a bunch of shell companies or several shell companies to try to bury the money and the prostitution and such. And that's my idea also that popped into my head, and I wanted to kind of put it out there that there's a good chance that, or there may be a chance that that's the reason he doesn't want any of this dug into, because
I think
his
it's
wife is
possible.
involved with Epstein, not him.
Well, yeah, I mean, Epstein apparently bragged that he slept with Melania before Donald did. I've seen that reported. I haven't seen it confirmed anywhere. I think
Man,
it
there's
came
so many
from
rumors, man. Don't know what to believe anymore.
Now, obviously, a pretty sketchy source, given that he was so in tight with Epstein. Now that we've seen the YouTubes or the emails
I can't do
on
it.
this show, and he just treated me like crap. And now I understand why.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that one.
Yeah, it was.
There's another gentleman by the name of Wolf that I see on FSTV once in a while.
Yeah, that's
not Michael.
Yeah, he's an economist, and he's a good guy.
He's a very smart fellow.
I disagree with him. He thinks that we should hand Ukraine over to Russia, and so I basically stopped having him on the program. But other than that, economically, he's solid. But let me talk about the Montana plan for a second, since you brought it up, Ken, just real quickly. The Supreme Court ruled that corporations are persons, and that under the First Amendment, persons have the right to free speech, and that money is the same thing as speech, and therefore corporations can use their money to engage in speech. In other words, to give that money to politicians and political causes and things like that. Now, the loophole here that Montana is exploiting is that corporations are chartered by the states, not the federal government. There's a handful of federally chartered corporations. Amtrak is one of them, but they're the exception rather than the rule. The Fed is a federally chartered corporation. Amtrak, there's a couple of others. But basically, every state charters corporations, and when a state charters a corporation, it's basically state of Delaware, where you simply have to say in your incorporation documents, I intend to conduct any business that's legal in the state of Delaware. That's all you have to say. In other states, you have to say, I intend to run a car dealership, or that kind of thing. And there's specific rules and all that kind of stuff. So because the states have the power to create rules that regulate the behavior of a corporation, Montana is saying, we are going to say that corporations corporations can R&D, corporations can hire employees, corporations can buy land, there's a bunch of things corporations can
Sorry,
do,
I was thinking about baking
but
soda.
they're only doing with the permission of the state. So what Montana is going to say is you can do business in a state all day long, but you may not give money to politicians or to political causes. You may no longer do that. And that will not violate the Supreme Court ruling, because the Supreme Court ruling
takes it out of their hands.
Right. The Supreme Court ruling is federal, not state, and it's not, and it doesn't, arguably does not apply to Montana. Now, there are people who are saying that if Montana actually passes this, that it will be appealed to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court may set a brand new precedent, frankly, in violation of the Constitution, which they're inclined to do.
Worth fighting for.
But that's the strategy, and that's how they're doing it. And I would like to see other states do it. In fact, it's something that I've been intending to write an op-ed about for weeks now. To encourage states, particularly California. I'd love to see California do this, or my state, Oregon. There's some states where I think you've got both a governor and a legislature who might be inclined to do this. And probably what's happening is they're waiting to see how this plays out in Montana. And I haven't dug deep enough into that to know when that ballot measure or when that legislation, I frankly don't know the details of it beyond, the structure, how it's going to work, how it's going to come into law. So I've got to do my homework first. But Ken, thanks for the call. I got to move along here, but thanks a lot. It's great hearing from you. Bill in Princeton, Minnesota. Hey, Bill, what's on your mind today?
Greetings from Majority Emmers District.
Cool.
You know what? I'm going to get this done so I can go out and take my walk with my wife. It was a good little lead-in. Something nobody's talking about. Now, we get rid of Christie, we get rid of Holman, we dial back ICE. There's still this band of extremists on the right that have no laws, no rules, and they've been given a lot of power. They don't respect the police because they have to follow laws. They don't have to respect anything, so they're going to be little bands of brothers roving around, raping, pillaging, and plundering at will when this gets over with.
Are you talking about like the Klan was in the 20s?
Basically, yeah, but I mean, look, it's just going to be like the street gangs in Haiti, in Jamaica, and other countries. I mean, you're not going to just break up the little band of brothers. They've got their little cliques going, and they take away their money. You know, we just had one picked up in a sting here, an ICE agent, in Bloomington for soliciting 14-year-old sex.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, the biggest and the best and the brightest are in ICE.
Yeah, and when the police showed up to arrest him, he said, I'm with ICE, brothers, like thinking that they would let him go.
What the?
But I mean, they're going to be a constant problem sticking around.
It's possible. I'm wondering how many of them were constant problems before they got hired. I'm wondering how many of these ICE guys are former J6ers, you know, former insurrectionists.
Can't be that many of them.
Proud Boys, or current Proud Boys, and, you know, 3%ers. And,
There's thousands of them, and they're finding their little cliques.
Yep.
Wow.
You know? And they've already been given the permission to be lawless.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll see, Bill.
No.
We'll see. Trump has certainly...
I hope not, man. They need to stop the lawlessness, man.
They're not going anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Bill. Or some other terrible cliche, but you get my point. It's 45 minutes past the hour. I'll be back with more of your calls in just a minute. Stay with us.
You're listening to Thom Hartmann. Visit ThomHartmann.com for audio and video archives.
It's your media support group for We the People.
I tell y'all, man, it's a bunch of bad news, but you know, you'll realize that the country really is like split in two. It's like too much politics. They don't got like it's all about money. It's all about money.
Back, Bobby in La Puente, California. Hey, Bobby, what's on your mind today?
Hey, welcome home, Tom and Louise, and I wish you and your familia a happy, safe Thanksgiving, and the rest of your callers as well.
Thank you. Back at you, Bobby. For you and Vivian.
Okay, the reason I call it Hickset, I was talking to Mateo. You ever hear of the term dry drunk?
I have.
Yes, and that's what I think is going on. You become borderline personality. You know, when you're dry, absent of alcohol. Because, you know, my experience, I've been battling for 53 years. I got 28 years. I haven't drank. You know, I'm cured from the obsession, but still the ism.
Yeah.
The mental state.
Yeah.
You understand? So
you have a special insight into Pete Hegseth here.
Oh, yes. He's got secrets. Alcohol's but a symptom of deeper rooted problems.
Yeah.
And that's where he has resentments, fears up the yin yang.
Yeah.
He won't admit it, so does Trump.
Yeah.
Fear-based. You know, he's living fear-based thoughts. Me, I'm trying to live on a love-based, you know, thought system.
Yeah.
You know, sarcasm, anger is part of the fear-based, you know, what you see in him. So anger is one of the symptoms. The 7 deadly sins, they interact. So, but, you know, there's hope. Like I said many, many moons ago, I told Vivian, Trump's going to be the emperor with no clothes. Little by little, it's happening.
Yep.
And, you know, I have faith. Faith in prayer. You know, I believe in it.
Yeah, it's true.
And I pray for the Republicans.
I do too.
And guess what?
I do too.
Marjorie Green. Huh?
Yeah.
There's got to be something to it, Tom. Collectively, all of us.
Yeah.
One mind.
She
one
quit.
heart.
And I have faith in the American people, too.
She quit the other day.
I realize we've got some bad apples out there, but I think that, broadly speaking, most Americans are decent people.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Don't miss the beauty of the forest for a few ugly trees, I've read. So what we have to do, like you do, Tom, every day, keep on pushing.
Yeah.
And I honor your work, you and Louise. Honestly, I do.
Thank you.
And thanks for the education. And I happily pay my tuition because this is the best education along with KPFK. Seriously,
Throw him
You
$5.
know, this is a
Thank you,
month of
Bobby.
gratitude.
Throw him $10.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. And it's always so nice to hear from you. Give our love to Vivian, too. Thank you, Bobby. John in Minneapolis. Hey, John, what's on your mind today?
Yeah, I wanted to say that I think as far as our culture is concerned, it has become very sick as a result of neoliberalism.
Yes.
And I recommend that people read, I haven't done it yet, but The Master and the Emissary, and then The Divided Brain, Making of the Western World by Ian McGilchrist, because I think that you know, he's really onto something, and he connects with so many different groups of people, theologians, philosophers, scientists. He was a neuroscientist, psychiatrist, philosopher.
Is he going down the same path that Julian Jaynes did with his book, The Origin of Civilization and the Breakdown of the Bicameral Mind?
Yes, yeah, and you know, one part of the brain is dominating, and it isn't really serving us as a culture.
Yeah.
And we need to, you know, not do that and discover ways to not do that, which I think our culture reflects or, you know, creates us.
Yeah, I get it. I think we need to be embracing the feminine, you know. John, thank you. Thank you so much. It's always so nice to hear from you.
All right, y'all.
Discussing my new book, The Last American President, speaking to the day's most pressing Q&A book signing. You can get tickets now at KBC-FM. See you there. Tag, you're it. When I was a little kid, my grandmother had a piano, and I loved to play it. I was incompetent. And then I kind of got away. Lost track of it. Well, now there's this fascinating new study out of the University of Geneva, Switzerland, that is making me think maybe I should go back and learn the piano. What they found was that they took a group of 132 healthy older adults, retired, 62 to 78 years old. Half of them learned the piano, half of them took music classes without learning the piano. And what they found was that those who learned the piano actually had the strongest increase in their memory, in their mental competence, their mental faculties. Those who took the music classes also did well, but learning the piano was a huge step. So check it out. There's a whole long video about this over at HartmanReport.com. Check it out.
Is it getting colder in here?
Orwell's warning, straight from the page. They're twisting the future, rewriting the age. History's burning, truth's under ban. Welcome, my friends, to Magistan.
52 minutes past the hours. Welcome back. Picking up your calls here, Don in Brinkley, Arkansas. Hey, Don, what's up?
Good afternoon, Tom. Thank you for
I gotta buy me some cinder blocks, man.
I have a solution to the affordability issue.
Where do I buy cinder blocks from?
The solution is restore the dignity and the laws that apply to the American worker. Because I think since Reagan, we've taken a top-down approach, and it hasn't worked for this country. We need to take a bottom-up approach like we did from the 60s to the 70s when there were rules. And
Forrester came in and said hello. That dude, he said he used to work at Target.
And the resources to be able to make their own decisions.
I love it.
We need to restore those.
Hey,
We need to get rid of the right to work.
if y'all got a public job like that, y'all got some balls. Y'all got some guts. For real.
A couple days after his closing,
and I admire that.
Now all of a sudden he wants to hire 100,000 Chinese workers.
Because a lot of people, their pride gets in the way. They don't want a job like that.
Chinese students into the United States. That's what the controversy is around. He also wants to bring in workers from other countries, not necessarily China. Most of those are actually from India, which has got the racists all upset. But yeah, back at you.
But he said that our workers weren't smart enough, and that's bull.
Yeah.
Our workers are some of the smartest ones, and if we put the time, the money, and the resources into the American worker like we did the 60s to the 70s, they'll be back to where they need to be with the power that they need to control their lives. Yeah. And if we don't, the Democrats need to run on this one issue, because every American gets it. Every American has to work, and every American, and they need to go as radical as they can. I said on another show, $40 an hour minimum wage. That's just I know that's radical and crazy to sound, but you know, it's negotiation. And a famous economist,
At least $20 an hour minimum wage.
A CEO had gotten a $10 million parachute when he left his company. Why aren't we sharing this wealth with the American worker? Why does the American worker have to?
If the minimum wage had kept up with inflation, it would be around $13 to $15 an hour right now. If it kept up with productivity, with worker productivity from the 60s, it would be closer to $30 an hour right now. And exactly. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And the things
closer to 30.
Young people who are listening, Don, the things that we had back in the 60s, we had.
Man, you work 10 hours, that's $300 a day.
2/3 of us had the equivalent of a union job.
For 8 hours.
That. You could go to college for basically nothing. I went to college and paid my rent, my books, my tuition by washing dishes at Bob's Big Boy. I mean,
young people don't know about this.
Yeah.
That's what they need to know about.
And that's what we need to reclaim.
Wow.
Don, I got to move on, but thank you. Well said. Leon in.
I didn't know it was going to do that.
Illinois. Hey, Leon, what's up?
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, and
back at you.
all the students out there.
That is cool.
I have a story about a strike. We were on strike in back in 1976. 300 of us had a union shop in a factory. The company hired scabs to replace us, and things started happening. Not seriously, but things happened. The company went to court and got an injunction put against our local, and 10 heads of households were named. If anything happened after this injunction, they would go to jail. I'm thinking, couldn't someone bring an injunction against Trump and his cabinet if anything happens to these 6 brave souls that were speaking to our troops about illegal orders? Couldn't they be put in jail?
The problem is you can't sue the government without the government's permission. But I like the way you're thinking, Leon. It's got to be a political answer. We've got to hold these guys to account for the outrageous, obscene, anti-American, unconstitutional, anti-worker, pro-billionaire BS and that they've been spreading and things that they've been doing. Leon, I got to run. We're in the break here. We certainly should be. Yeah, there we go. Thanks so much for being with us today. We'll be back tomorrow, same time.
All right, y'all.
In the meantime, don't forget
I'll holler at y'all later.
This includes you. So get out there, get active, tag the order. Have a great afternoon. Be good to yourself. We'll be around you.
You've been listening to Tom Hartman. For audio and video archives, visit TomHartman.com.
It's a good show.
In addition to bringing you the Tom Hartman program here on Free Speech TV and Video Media Online, we also have a whole set of ways you can interact with us and tools you can use about the importance of democracy and the threats to it in our republic.
My Spotify's still on from yesterday.
Sue Nethercutt puts together a daily email newsletter that has a link to every story I discuss on the air. So you can find my
It stays on there.
And share them with your friends. It's free and you can sign up at TomHartman.com. Second, I publish my daily take every day over at the HartmanReport.com website. That's also free if you want the daily 5 days a week rant in your inbox. No ads either. Third, we have the podcast. There's the free 1-hour version of our daily show that's advertising supported. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts normally. And then there's also the podcast of the entire 3-hour show with no advertisements. And that's available by subscription over at TomHartman.com. So check them all out. TomHartman.com and HartmanReport.com.
It's just a daily attack of unpredictability.
Website has crashed.
Every day at my office is like an 8-hour funeral.
Douglas Greed. Delia de France. Backroom Deal. That sounds about like what we was just watching on TV, huh? It's all about them backroom deals, huh? I really don't know. Whew. Kind of chilly in here.
State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm bringing.
Weird ass commercial. Heater didn't want my heater didn't want to turn on, so I kicked it and it turned on. Something in there loose. Yeah, but I'm about to get off of this Douglas Greed. Wow. Douglas Greed makes some good driving music. This one's called Random Groove. My favorite Douglas Greed song is Sense. That's how I started listening to his songs, from that song Sense. Go ahead and skip it. See what comes up. Oh no, he made a song called Too Many Humans, Not Enough Robots. What the?
time, and Uber Eats has deals from your favorite restaurants and grocery stores all season. Like scoring buy one, get one 5 chicken fingers from Zaxby's. Available now. When football makes you hungry, get deals all season long on
Yeah.
Uber Eats. Taxes, fees, and terms apply. Offer valid through 12/7. See app for details.
Having insurance isn't the same. We hate that savage, like savage. We roller, the marijuana, oh we gonna. You man, I'm gonna go round the corner, get right on her. Sad. I need contact, I need it bad. So I can dance, just like that, go crack your leg. We reach the go man, you move too slow, take care of that. Who got the hay? Who got the hay? What do they say? Across the street, I'm going crazy, look for the aim. I take a corner, into the border of that nag. Where the bud at? Where is the bug? 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 Where is the bud? We looking for the bud. Where is the bud? We looking for the bud. Oh, where is the bud? We looking for the bud. They call me Lord Infamous, but you can call me Scarecrow. I need me some red hair, chicken or some minto, and I need a couple of quarts of something so I can get full. We smoking the ink, we get blood of the ink, we get fucked up. We taking them hard pulls. You'll get a whip when you slip up in the air. We smoke bud anywhere. Yeah, bitch, we don't care, cause when we get the urge to fire up some chronic, man, a nigga must campaign. Clouds up in the brain. Ooh, that chick got me hype, ooh, me so hype, dog. Blowing so much blood, bullshit, the contacts off the fall. This shit is burning too quick. Fuck these little just let's stroll to the store. Get some cigars, roll some Philly blunts. Damn fool ain't shit in the sack. For some fucking shit, I need some more pure, and I just can't fucking wait back. Let's go where the bud at, let's go where the bud at, let's go where the bud at, right? Where is the bug? 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 Where is the bud? We looking for the bud. Where is the bud? We looking for the bud. Where is the bud? We looking for the bud. Where is the bug? 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 DJ Paul, he looking for the bud. Me, Lord Infamous, I'm looking for the bud. The fucking Duke, man, he looking for the bud. My nigga named Coop, he looking for the bud. Gangsta Coop, she looking for the bud. DJ just fun, he looking for the bud. My nigga Crunchy Black, he looking for the bud. 666 Mafia, we looking for the bud.
Yeah, check it out. Cash better, AC It's all to the great. Let us pontificate. All get the cake in a place we all in a different way. No work, I give no fucks at all about what you did today.
Alright, I'm out of here, y'all. My screen broke. Let me see. Oh, it came back. It broke, I restarted it, and it came back. Cisco Aguirre. Aguirre. Aguirre.
Watching me. Watching me. Watching me.
Suit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved peace and quiet, so he cooked up KFC's $4.99 chicken hot pot. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender chicken-filled excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls, whatever that means. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC's chicken hot pie, the best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR. So celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling. Just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
At McAllister's Deli, strangers are just regulars visiting for the first time because the food served is food that brings people together. With a huge variety of craveable sandwiches, giant spuds, and handcrafted donuts. When you sign up for McAllister's Rewards. Deli, taste togetherness. Click the banner now to sign up for McAllister's Rewards. Terms apply. See McAllistersDeli.com for details. Free tea offer conditions apply.
Yourself, cause I'm bad for your health. I come real stealth, dropping bombs on your moms. Fuck call moms. You a foul crime, mother nigga. No, I'll find soda for six, so always let in the house of pain. And I'm not the butler, I'll cut you. You say you can't touch this, and I wouldn't touch you. Fuck motherfucker, here let you know. Oh boy, I'll make dope. But don't call me dope boy, this ain't no fuck. A guy a bitch, my nigga get with ya and hit ya, nigga ain't get. So you better run a shit. So check yourself before you wreck. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Cause shotgun bullets are bad for your health. Cause they get back pulling out a knife for AK-47 assault rifle. Got a new style.
Watch out.
I hate mother voting bank, but steady talking shit in the old bank. First you wanna me, now your ass screaming for the deputy. They say you're a Charlie, they go in the road. Now you running up in your smoke. You're gone, used to be the dumb one. Now your name is just Twan. Spit it, snap it, roll your eyes and neck. You better run a shit. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you wreck yourself. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Big dicks in your ass is bad for your health. Y'all need to check yourself, you know what I'm saying? The things that definitely going on. Word born. If you're foul, you better wanna make on that license plate. You could've had a B-gate instead of a tray 8 slug to your cranium. I got 6 and I'm aiming them. Will I bust or keep you guessing? Cause fuck you running that shit just stressing. Bitch, get off the wood, you're no good. There goes the neighborhood hooker. Go ahead and keep your draws, giving up the claps. And who needs applause at a time like this? Fuck your Gucci and your debt. This is a Miami hurricane head. Sprung, niggas hard lips and lungs. Now be duck out, get the fuck out. Cause women like you gets no respect. Bitch, you better run a shit. So take it, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So take it, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Cause bitches like you is bad for my health. next. Old school tech. Yeah. It's like a number sometimes make me wonder how I can.
This song's more relevant today than ever. This song's more relevant today than it's been in 40 years. According to Tom Hartman would say something. Oh man. Yikes. No. The legality, the Constitution, freedom of speech, baby. You gotta represent America. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You already know. Now you do what they told you. 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 Now you do what they told you.
Jake from State Farm.
Dude got the worst cover art. That's the worst form of protest. One of the worst forms of protest. I want to protest. No. Oh no. My beard's all patchy and stuff. Need to do some manscaping. Just shave it all off. What do you think?
Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved people, but he also loved peace and quiet.
I keep looking at this crap.
KFC's $4.99 chicken pot pie. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender chicken-filled excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls. Whatever that means. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC's chicken pot pie.
I played it for a whole year straight. Can't blame me if I don't really want to put it in. don't know, man. Twister by Benga.